What's going on, guys? Daryl Williams, the How to Be Fit channel. So today I want to talk about a topic that oftentimes I see people misconstrue, and that is, what is the rep range that you got to be working in to maintain the current muscle you have or gain muscle while going through a cutting phase or weight loss phase. So I feel like a lot of people get this wrong because there's a lot of misinformation out there, and this whole concept of toning by doing a shit ton of reps to be able to tone the muscle and able to make it look a little bit better, blah, blah, blah. Toning is not a thing. Get it out of your vocabulary. Not only that, but doing high reps isn't always advantageous for somebody who's overweight, in the sense of, chances are, if you're overweight, you probably have not been in the gym very consistently. That's an assumption. With the average person, if you're overweight nowadays, you probably haven't been in the gym consistently. In my experience, I found that higher reps don't allow enough weight to fully learn what it feels like to fully contract a muscle through a given rep range. And so I'm going to go into, why certain rep ranges are going to work better and when to actually go ahead and take in those 15, 20 rep sets and things of that nature. So if you haven't already, go ahead and like and subscribe down below to be able to keep it locked for different information like this, and we'll go ahead and get into it. So for weight loss, the best bet is for you to have a heavy day and then have, you have at least one heavy day a week. So this will be anywhere between 3 and 6 reps. Anything less than that in a cutting phase is going to be potentially hazardous in general, because lifting that amount of weight, the technical difficulty of the lift can get so high that you could potentially injure yourself. So we want to stay away from that. However, anywhere between 3 and 6 reps is going to allow you to maintain the current amount of muscle mass that you have, because you're eliciting those muscle fibers. You know what I'm saying? You're eliciting more muscle fibers by lifting those higher weights, okay? Now, the other 2 days, and I only recommend really 2 days, and anything above 2 days is, it's your personal preference. You want to work on more, you want to lose weight faster, that's fine. In my experience, 3 days is really all that's needed to be able to lose that fat consistently if you're doing your routines correctly. So the rep ranges when you want to have the muscle building or, metabolic like workouts are anywhere between 8 reps and 12 reps. 8 and 12 reps is going to be heavy enough that you're really tearing up the weight. You're able to get shorter rest times, which will increase the metabolic effect of that workout. And that's what we're going for when we're trying to cut weight, is we want to increase the metabolic rate of the body. So you're burning more calories, burning more fat, losing more fat, so on and so on. So pair this up with a good diet. As far as the whole keto thing, there's ups and downs as far as that goes, and that's for another video. You can be able to cut down the carbs in order to allow the body to more freely use fat as an energy source, but you don't necessarily have to go keto. And really it comes down to preference. Some people don't operate well on a high-fat diet. I'm one of those people. High fat, I'm not the greatest at. I have to have at least little carbs to be able to keep me going, and being that carb deficient can make me feel like trash and you just don't lift as much weight. At least for me, my personal preference. I'm not very efficient in processing fat. It is what it is. But find what works for you. And if you don't know what works for you, then it may be, maybe worth getting a coach involved in your corner to be able to assist in this matter. But I digress. To recap it all, fat loss workouts should be within the range of anywhere between 3 and 12 reps. 15 to 20 is not ideal, in the sense of, unless you're doing 30-second rest periods, you're really not getting the metabolic effect that you think you are, and you're not causing enough mechanical stress to maintain muscle mass. There's a lot of downsides to doing 15 to 20 reps. Now, when to do 15 to 20 reps? The only time I'll recommend it is as a term coined by, I can't remember the writer on T Nation. It's a very popular blog among powerlifters and bodybuilders. Is it called Widowmaker? So Widowmaker being, you do a set of roughly 6 to 8. Very shortly thereafter, you crush it on a set of 20 on that exact same movement. And then that's the end of that movement and you move on to another. That's the only time I really recommend for weight loss purposes using a 15 to 20 rep range, because it's going to create a huge metabolic effect in the muscle and allow you to potentially even gain muscle, which is possible when you're cutting weight, but it's not ideal. Don't treat the routine while you're trying to lose fat as a time to build muscle. It is not the ideal opportunity to do so, and it can actually lead into overtraining, which is an actual thing. Later videos on that and my newfound ideas on overtraining and why before it was just that I was young. And that's when you learn that overtraining isn't a thing, is that you're young, and then you start getting older and whatever. But anyway, comment, subscribe, like, talk shit, whatever you're going to do. But I'm out of here.